Hey guys, 22 Plinkster here. This is a little bit of a different video than you guys are usually seeing me put up here on YouTube. Before I get started, this is a whole box. This is a whole box full of antique Colt woodsmans. And if you're familiar with my channel, you've been following me for several years, you know that a Colt woodsman is near and dear to my heart. I've been a collector of Colt woodsmans for probably about 15 years or so. And they're getting harder and harder to find, and they're getting harder and harder to find in good condition. But in front of me, I just recently purchased 4 antique Colt woodsmans. Now, I've got to tell you the backstory on me buying these because the story's pretty cool. But before we go any farther, I'm not flexing on anybody, okay? I'm just happy that I can now proudly own these magnificent pistols and the history behind them. And I'll get into the history here in just a minute. But I'm not trying to flex on anybody. I'm just a collector. I've been a collector for over 25 years, especially with old Colt rimfires. I own probably altogether 16, 17 Colt rimfire, revolvers, semi-automatics, and rifles. But this is probably the best, well, this is the best collection that I have ever bought at one time. This is how the story goes. A couple of months ago, I got a direct message on social media saying, hey, check out these beautiful Colt woodsmans. We know that you love Colt woodsmans, and we just acquired these Colt woodsmans from an estate. A gentleman passed away who collected them, and his family wanted to sell them. And he just sent me pictures of them. And as soon as I saw them, I'm like, man, like, where are these going to be sold at? And he said, well, I really don't know where they're going to be sold at. I'm just taking the pictures of these pistols where we can put them online and sell them. And I was like, well, I'll make you an offer on them. I'm like, because I know about what they're worth, and I will make you an offer on them. And would that be okay? And he's like, well, I've got to talk to my boss about it. And a couple of days later, I spoke with his boss, and he said, yep. He said the family wants to sell them. The individual who passed away was a big firearm collector, but for some strange reason, they wanted to sell this collection, but they wanted to sell it as a collection. They did not want to split the firearms up. And so I made him an offer before they went online, and he was like, well, I'll get with the family, see if that offer is okay. A little while later, he got back with me, and he said, well, the family actually wanted this for it. And I made him a pretty fair offer. And so I countered offer, and they took my counter offer. And now for the past couple of days, I have been doing nothing but drooling over these Colt woodsmans. And I want to share them with you guys, especially you guys who collect antique firearms or collect old Colt woodsmans. This is the cream of the crop. Let's get into the video. All right, do I have a treat to show you guys? Oh, man. Some of you guys like these kind of videos, some of you do not. I'm a collector. I love this kind of stuff. So in this box was sent not only 4 Colt woodsmans, but a lot of accessories. Okay, we'll get over these accessories here in just a minute. But I got 3 of an original Colt carry bags. Okay, these are just little cases. Only one pistol came in this particular kind of carry bag. There was 2 pistols that came in the original box. One came in a presentation box and one came in here, and we'll get to the one here in a minute. But each one of the pistols came with several magazines, okay? If you know anything about Colt Woodsman magazines, they can retail between $90 and $125 a piece. I think altogether there were probably 15 magazines that came with this collection. So I'm gonna set this case over here and another case, which is full of magazines also, right to the side. All right, I don't wanna get to this one quite yet. Right here are some grips. Okay, these grips came, I think these fit the Series 2 match targets. These are awesome walnut grips. I'm not sure who made them. I don't know if Colt originally made these grips or not, or an aftermarket company. It would had to been done in the 50s sometime. But it came with this set of grips, and also came with another set of grips with no checkering on them whatsoever. So that's pretty cool. Come with 2 different sets of grips. But let's get into the pistolas. So a lot of magazines, 2 extra sets of walnut grips. And there went the sun. Wow. All right. I guess the first thing I'm going to show you guys, which one is this? Okay. This is a 3rd series Colt Woodsman Sport model, okay? If you're familiar with my channel and you've been following me around for, past 7, 8 years, I've been doing this stuff. I started out doing all my trick shots with a 6-inch Colt Woodsman target, okay? I have soon retired, probably about a year ago, I retired that pistol because I have fired probably 80,000, maybe 100,000 rounds out of that pistol, and it was time to retire it. I've got other pistols I can shoot, but the difference between the 6-inch target and the sport model is one thing. This is a 4-inch barrel. The target model is a 6-inch barrel, okay? Original box, and inside of the box has everything original, all right? It's got the original screwdriver from Colt that can take out all the screws here to the side. Come with a little letter here, and come with a little Colt manual. And this pistol is just absolutely, positively beautiful, okay? Like I mentioned before, I did most of my trick shots with a 6-inch version of this handgun. All of these handguns are John Moses Browning designs, okay? But adjustable rear sights, blacked out front sights, your target grip, your European style mag release, one of the best shooting 22s ever made, just period. If you ever shot one of these, you know what I'm talking about. It eats every kind of ammunition that you can possibly throw at it. They just shoot well. You can find this particular firearm a lot easier than you can find the other ones for sale. It's hard to find them in this condition. This condition is a 99%. This is museum quality condition on this pistol. But if you can ever find one that it has been shot, probably in 40, 50% condition, pick it up. As long as it functions, as long as it cycles, it's still going to be a very accurate pistol. Even mine that I've shot 80 to 100,000 rounds through, it is still accurate, extremely accurate, and you'll have a really good shooter. You can probably pick up one in 50, 60% shape for probably $500, $600. The pistol like this is sitting, you're probably looking at about $1,200, $1,100 to $1,200 in this shape. So enough about the 4-inch Sport. Let me dig in the box, grab another pistol. All right, what should I show you guys next? I told you this is going to be a little bit different video, but if you hang in there, all right, to the end of the video, I'm going to shoot each and every one of these handguns, okay? I want to make sure that they function. After I make sure they function, clean them really good, put them back in the box, put them in the safe, throw away the key. I've got plenty other Colt Woodsmans I can shoot. I think this brings my Colt Woodsman collection up to like 12, 11, probably 11, maybe 11. So I've got Huntsmans, I've got the Challengers, I got Diamondbacks, I've got Frontier Scouts, but I love it. Also with this pistol comes all the paperwork, all right? It's got your letter here saying your hunting license may be running out. Good for you, a little NRA advertising. I think this comes from, 1975. So this pistol was made probably around 1975. I was about 10 years off on the date. And it comes from an original letter from Colt saying, hey, you're now a proud owner for a Colt Woodsman, one of the finest pistols ever made. All right, let's put this back in here. All right, that took a little bit longer than I expected. Gotta be careful with this stuff though. All right, they're not made anymore. All right, what else? All right. Another Colt Woodsman, original box. All right, let's see what this one is. All right, this is a 4-inch match target, okay? This is a Series 3 match target, so it was the last series that they made this particular kind of rimfire. This is a beautiful, beautiful representation of a Colt Woodsman. This one also comes with the original box. The letter that I read previously also has the letter from Colt. And man, I'm just running out of room here for everything. Just look at this beautiful Series 3 match target. This particular one has the 4-inch barrel, target grips, European mag style release, walnut grips, adjustable rear sight, blacked out target front sight. I own a second series match target. I probably bought it about 6 or 7 years ago, but mine is the 6-inch version. This is the 4-inch version. Mine also has some custom work done from Colt, from the Colt factory. I think the one that I purchased before was from 1946, but it is in nowhere near shape or form as this one. This one's mint, 99.9% condition. My other one's probably about 60%. On my other Series 2 match target, I had Colt ported the barrel and also re-sleeved the barrel, which was very common for people to do that. As soon as they get these pistols, they would send them back to Colt, have Colt port them, and also re-sleeve the barrel to get the most accurate pistol that they can possibly own. A pistol also had a slide job done to it and also a trigger job. But this is one of the pistols in the collection. I believe this one, you know, fair market price for this particular firearm would be probably about $1,000 to $1,400, especially in this shape and the original box. Let's get another pistola. All right, what should I show you guys next? All right, we're just gonna go with probably the crown jewel in this collection. Let me put this back in the box. Real nice and easy. Please don't drop it, David. You have one job. Don't mess the box up and don't drop the pistol. All right, I think we're good. All right. Now, in my opinion, this is the crown jewel that is in this box, the pistol coming up, but it's not the coolest pistol in the box, all right? So I actually have one of these firearms already in my collection in the same shape as this one. This is the holy grail of Colt woodsmans, okay? This is the one that most of the collectors are after, and in this condition also. This is a Series 1 Colt Woodsman match target, okay? I have one of these pistols already. Probably got it about 12, 13 years ago. What makes this pistol so cool is the grips, okay? These are commonly referred to as the elephant ears, and this pistol is also commonly referred to as the bullseye gun, because there is a bullseye right in the side of the barrel on the first series match targets. Mentioned before, John Moses Browning design, and what is so neat about this handgun is I had one from 1939, which is a very old one, and it's in 99% condition. This one's in 99% condition, but this one has a 3-digit serial number, 700 blankety blank. This is a first run, first year production of the Colt Woodsman first series match target 22 LR, and now I am a proud owner. The grips, let's talk about the grips for just a second. I mentioned that they're called the elephant ear grips. What makes this pistol so valuable and so rare are these grips. Yes, you can find this pistol in a lot of different places, but this pistol, over the years, people crack the grips. They are very thin walnut grips. They hang down about an inch, inch and a quarter below the mag well of this pistol, so they are very easily, you can very easily chip them, crack them, because it's very, very thin. And what would happen, people would crack their handles and have them replaced, or once they first purchased the pistol, they would buy an aftermarket grips for it because they didn't want to mess up the grips, and they would lose them. I have read in multiple magazines and multiple forums about the first series match target. There are less than 500 of these grips still intact on this handgun. I am the proud owner of 2 of them. These grips are not cracked, chipped, scratched one bit. They are 100%, and that's what makes this pistol so valuable. All right, what can we look at next? All right, this pistol coming up, it's not the most expensive pistol in the batch. This one right here is the most expensive, but, well, I wouldn't say most expensive, probably the most highly collected, but the next pistol that I'm showing you guys has the history. And to me, when I buy an antique firearm, it's all about the history. I want to know the history about it. I want to, I wish these old guns could talk. Tell me about the hunting trips, or, the backyard plinking, or the pest control, or whatever they did back in the 30s and 40s and 50s with these old Colt Woodsmans. But this one right here coming up is, it's an amazing piece with everything that comes with it, okay? It came in a presentation box, okay? It is velvet lined, and I'll just go ahead and show you. This pistol is in probably 90% condition, okay? This pistol has been shot. But the person who had it took really good care of it. All right, this is a Series 2 match target. I showed you a Series 3 match target earlier on, I think the second pistol I showed you. But this is a Series 2 match target, okay? This is almost identical to the other pistol that I owned previously that I bought, you know, several years ago, but mine's a 6-inch version, this is a 4-inch version. What makes this pistol so unique is, one, it's got the plastic grips on them. I don't know this for a fact, but I think all the Colt Woodsman's Series 2 match targets were sold with walnut grips. I could be wrong, and if you're a big collector of Woodsman's and you know a lot about them, I could be wrong, okay? But this particular one has the plastic grips, and the grips that I showed you at the beginning of the video will fit on this particular firearm. Inside of the box here, you know, you have 4 magazines, and you also have the original key that took out the screws on this particular firearm. And you have what they call a trigger boot, okay? This trigger boot was commonly put on match pistols back in the day and also match rifles. A lot of my old guns have this trigger boot on it. And what that allows you to do is, once you put it on there, it doesn't make the trigger any lighter, but it puts more surface area between your finger and the trigger, so the trigger actually feels lighter than what it is and actually allows you to control the trigger a little bit better. So, but this one came with the shoe boot. But what is so extraordinary about this particular firearm is what's behind the velvet here, or the material. It's a letter, okay? I'm gonna blurt out the names on this letter. I believe everybody in this letter has passed away at this point, but it's a letter from J. David Birch, CPA, and it is a certified letter, and it goes back, and he did all the research on this gun, who it was originally sold to, and then from there on out who it was sold to, and what he liked to do with it. So I can't imagine the history and the hunting trips, the jackrabbits that were popped with this 4.5-inch match target. I think I said it was a 4-inch previously. This is a 4.5-inch match target. But if you've ever picked up one of these guns, you know they just feel right in the hands. So I'm gonna put this guy up, and before we get shooting these handguns, I have yet to shoot them. I have yet to put a single round through them. I'll be shooting some CCI standard velocity ammunition. On these old pistols, old rifles, semi-automatics, you need to shoot standard velocity ammunition. You don't need to be putting some, you know, some stangers, some high velocity stuff through them. Definitely don't want to mess up any springs, but it's a really cool collection. But before we start shooting, they were also shipped with this. I don't know what this is. Maybe you guys here on the interwebs can let me know what this is. The guy who shipped it to me had no idea what it was either. I think it's some form of weight, pistol weight. I'm just not for sure. I'm not 100%. So it's just a big old hunk of metal. And I'm gonna get a close-up shot of this here in just a second. But it was shipped with the guns. He said it came with the guns and it came with the collection. So I'm really not for sure what it is. All right, it weighs quite a bit. It probably weighs maybe 8 ounces or so. This back down here is steel. This up here looks like it's either bronze or copper. There are 2 screws right here that you can loosen up, and this clamps onto something. I'm thinking it's a barrel weight of some sort, but I don't know why there wouldn't be any kind of cushion to clamp onto your barrel. But I believe it's a barrel weight, but it may not even be for these pistols. It may be for just, you know, this was laying around the collection. They thought it came with the guns. I know it's a barrel weight, I think, but maybe you guys will know what it is. All right, so there's the trivia question for the day. All right, I'm gonna clean all this stuff up. I'm gonna load these guns with some CCI standard velocity ammunition, and I'm gonna shoot them for the first and final time. Here we go. Before we begin, yes, these pistols, 3 out of the 4 are 99% condition, but I have checked every single one of them has been fired. So I can't get that new in box unfired pistol premium, so it's not going to hurt to put a couple rounds through them. Got some CCI standard velocity here and 10 rounds in the mag. First shot, well, it chambered, that's a good sign. Make sure I got my ears in. Oh, didn't feel right. It didn't cycle that one, but it's probably been 20, 25 years since this thing's been shot. All right, it cycled that one. Got it. Let's go out to 100. Hope these sights are on. Nailed it. Nailed it. I'm all over it. Well, you gotta love a woodsman. It is 100 yards worthy. I'm shaking like a leaf this morning. I had one of those energy drinks. My friend's sights are sitting there walking, but 100 yards, not bad. Let me grab another pistol. All right, I think I failed to mention, the first pistol I shot was the 4-inch Sport, okay? Series 3. This is the Series 3 4-inch match target, all right? Can't wait to shoot this one. Boy, that spring's a little tighter in this one. All right, let's start close here. All right. All right, it's definitely a 6 o'clock hold. And I think it's shooting a little bit to the left. I don't even know where this one's on. Let's try it at 100. Nope. Well, these sights aren't as good, or they're not dialed in like the first pistol I shot, but there was 10 rounds. It ran fine. That's the last time I'm gonna shoot it. Let's grab another pistol. All right, time to shoot the Series 1 match target with the 3-digit serial number. Hopefully this one will cycle, because it came with 4 magazines, I believe, and the magazines feel a little worn out, but it may work. All right, it chambered. Here we go. Oh my word, that is such a sweet recoiling gun. Oh, what happened? Try it again. Oh, this one's on like Donkey Kong. There you go. It doesn't lock back on the last shot, but this pistol is on. It's gonna be tempting not to shoot this pistol more, but 10 rounds is all it's getting. All right, let's go to the last one. All right, last but not least, this was the pistol that was in the presentation box. This is the Series 2 4.5-inch barrel or 4-inch barrel match target. This was owned by the individual with all the paperwork. And honestly, guys, it's a piece of history. I like new guns, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot different than holding a Glock 19. I can tell you that. You know, it's humbling is what it is. So I just love firearms. I love the history of firearms. So I've got 2 magazines loaded for this one because this one has been shot a lot more than the other ones have. So let's just see if it cycles. All right, it chambered. See if his sight picture and my sight picture are the same. Yeah, it's the same. Oh, this is such a sweet, sweet shooter. All right, let's go out to 100. I gotta connect at 100. Nailed it. That's a 6-inch plate at 50 yards. It's just, man. I'm a little giddy. Like I mentioned before in the video, this is going to be a little bit different video, a little bit different style, but these pistols needed to be shown to the world. Been blessed with the platform where I can do that. And in my opinion, to this day, I still think the Colt Woodsman is the greatest 22 semi-automatic pistol ever created. John Moses Browning got it right. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, or you see something or saw something that I may have not touched on, or you can actually highlight on a few things that I may have missed in the video, put them in the comments below. I am anxious to hear what you guys say about them. I have no more to say besides y'all be safe and keep blinking.